Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moji, and for those of you guys who are new to my channel, on my channel I basically make videos about whatever is on my mind, whatever I feel like discussing on my channel. I don't really have like a preferred topic. I kind of just talk about everything that I want to talk about. So first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. I know that I'm like not the most consistent YouTuber. I've been on YouTube forever and I've just never been consistent. I don't know if I ever will be consistent. Hopefully one day I will. But I just want to apologize for that, and I just want to say welcome to all my 8,000 subscribers. I cannot wait to make content for you guys. So let's get into this video, because personally I do not like making long videos. I'm going to be talking about performative activism, and I'm also going to be talking about parasocial relationships and why I don't believe that influencers, it's their job to necessarily like be social justice advocates. And I know a lot of you guys hate when I wear my glasses in my videos, so let's see if I can't see anything without my glasses. So this is gonna be bizarre. So you're gonna see how bad my eyesight I can't talk. This is how bad my eyesight is, guys. Performative activism is a pejorative term referring to activism done to increase one's social capital rather than because of one's devotion to a cause. It is often associated with surface level activism referred to as slacktivism. So I don't share a lot of the things that I see online just because I feel like I'm not educated enough to know a lot about the subjects that people share about. So whenever we see those infographics and whenever we see those social justice movements and people are getting completely outraged, I feel like a lot of the times people just see something online and they just run with it without like fact checking, without seeing who the person that made the infographic is and what their like organization stands for, and they kind of just go with that and they just share everything that they see online. And I'm just not with that, because I'd rather do my own research and kind of form my own opinion on a lot of the stuff that I see before sharing an infographic that is like supposedly like a social justice or like for the right side of history. So a lot of people, they kind of share stuff because they want to be on the right side of history or they want to seem like better people. So personally, I just don't share a lot of these things because I'd rather do my own investigation and my own research before I go sharing something that like I know nothing about. And I feel like a lot of the times there's just so much history behind a social issue, and there's so much history behind a conflict that I feel like it's kind of dishonest of me to share something if I don't know like the whole history of it, or I don't know like a part of the history of it in which I will be able to kind of base my opinions on that. Instead, I'm just sharing something because I want to seem woke, or I want to seem like I care, or I want to seem like a better person. Fair for me because it's like I'm not educating myself, and it's also unfair for whatever is going on in the world at that moment because I'm not doing my duty as like a person and investigating what's going on, and then I will be able to help because I will actually be educated about the subject. Instead, I'm just sharing something to share it because I want to seem more intelligent than I actually am. But yeah, when it comes to performative activism, I feel like a lot of the time I'm ignorant about a lot of stuff, and I'm okay with admitting that just because I don't know everything and no one knows everything. So a lot of the time when I see stuff online, like I will be honest, I don't do a lot of research when it comes to stuff that I see online just because I'm too lazy to do it and I just don't feel like doing it in that moment. So that's so weird is like how fast these things, like these social issues, they kind of like disappear. So it just disappears so fast, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, why aren't we discussing this anymore? It kind of just like, it's just gone now. Like, and that's how fast like the internet works, and like people just consume media, they just consume stuff every day, and like they're just sharing it, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. And I'm just like, whoa, it happens so quickly and we forget it so quickly. So it's like we consume all of this information and then we share all of this information without fact checking ourselves, and then it's just gone out of nowhere. So that's why I can't bring myself to share stuff, because I don't know what's going on and then it's just gone. So it's like, if you don't care, why do you feel like you have to care? So it sounds messed up to say that, but why do you feel like you have to care? If you don't care about something, then it's okay to not care, but don't share something because it makes you seem woke or because it makes you seem more intelligent because you're sharing that thing. So I feel like a lot of the times people, they just share stuff because they want to seem like good people, or they want to seem intelligent, they want to seem woke. And it's just so weird to me how people are always sharing these stuff because it just makes them seem a lot more, I guess, woke than they actually are. And if you don't care about something, then you don't have to care about it. If you don't care about a social issue, then like you don't have to care about it. And I know people are gonna like label you as a bad person, but it doesn't mean that you're a bad person if you're not sharing something. It just means that you don't want to share it, and there doesn't need to be a deeper meaning to everything. If you don't feel like sharing something on your Instagram, or you don't feel like sharing something on your Twitter or any of your social medias, you don't have to share it if you don't want to. And I feel like it's the you being forced to share it that is kind of the problem that you feel forced to share something that you don't care about is the problem. Because if you don't care about it, then like what's the point of sharing it? Because if you're sharing it, it's just performative because you don't actually care about the social justice issue. So people forcing people to share stuff is where the problem comes in, because that's when stuff becomes performative. If you don't care, then you don't have to care, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that you don't want to share it. There's no deeper meaning to it. You can't learn the whole history of a country based on like a 5-slide infographic that you see on Instagram, which is my main issue, because I'm not going to be educated on the whole like situation based off of 5 infographics. And I know like the infographics are supposed to make you want to do more research, but most of the time I doubt people do more research after that. They kind of just share it and then they're gone with their day. So for me, I can't do that. I can't just share something and then like go on with my day, because like I need to do more research about it, and most of the times I don't want to do that. So yeah, another thing is sharing everything that you see online. It doesn't necessarily make you an ally. It just means that you're sharing everything that you see online. And what's the point? If you're not going to actually care, what's the point of sharing it on your Instagram if you don't actually care? What's the point of sharing it on your Twitter if you don't actually care about what's going on? And if you're not going to actually like do something about it, which is another thing. Like I can't like share stuff because it's not like, it doesn't mean that I'm going to do something about it. I'm just sharing it for more people to be educated. But sharing an infographic on Instagram or Twitter or talking about something on TikTok doesn't mean that people are going to be educated. You're just sharing something that you're seeing online. And I feel like a lot of the time when it comes to like allyship, or when it comes to things that are being shared online, a lot of people, they kind of have this condescension and this kind of like, ooh, I'm better than you because my like perspective is a lot more elevated, or my perspective is a lot more human than yours, because your experiences don't matter, your experiences are invalid, or you have the bad experience, or like your perspective is bad. But I don't think any perspective is bad or any experience is bad. I think that there are just different sides of like the coin, because I'm gonna have to put these glasses on. I'm so sorry. I can't do this anymore. I feel so blind without my glasses on. I can't do the rest of this video without my glasses. I feel naked. And every person believes that their perspective is better than the other person's perspective. And I feel like online, when you're sharing stuff, there's kind of this like, oh, I'm better than you because like, oh, I believe that this social movement is good, or I don't know like how to necessarily explain it, but there's a lot of like, yeah, the word is basically condescending. There's a lot of condescension. A lot of people, they just believe that their political opinion is better than others. And I feel like there's like a lack of empathy in the world in which we can't like identify with other people, and we can't like see where they're coming from. All right. So now I'm going to quickly discuss parasocial relationships and parasocial interactions, and why I don't think that influencers, it's their job to share stuff about social movements. A parasocial interaction refers to a kind of psychological relationship experienced by an audience in their mediated encounters with performers in the mass media, particularly on television. Influencers are not our friends. First of all, we need to stop placing influencers on pedestals, and we also need to stop forcing influencers to share things that they don't believe in. I feel like a lot of the time when it comes to influencers, people are always kind of forcing influencers to share everything, because if you don't share it, you're a bad person and you're gonna get canceled. But like when it comes to influencers sharing stuff, personally, I do not care, because I don't follow influencers. I don't follow celebrities. The only influencers, even if they were to share something, I would literally skip it, because I just skip stories because I don't care about what you have to say. Especially if you're like an influencer, you're like a vlogger, you're a makeup artist, and you've never shared anything in your life that has to do with any political movement, anything socially related, and all of a sudden you're just sharing it, and you want me to believe like what you're saying is the right thing to say when you've never done this in your life. And we live in a time where cancel culture is a thing. So I feel like a lot of the times influencers, they feel forced to share these things because they don't want to get canceled. If you're like a random makeup artist, or you're like a random like, I don't know, fashion vlogger, and you're just sharing stuff because you feel like you're gonna get canceled if you don't share it, I just feel like I'd rather you just not share it in the first place. Like, and you're always gonna have that fan base that's gonna follow you if you don't share something. Like I remember back in the day, back in the day, like a year ago, when this whole like Black Lives Matter thing was going on with the George Floyd protests. A lot of influencers were being forced to share things about Black Lives Matter. And it's like, I'm not saying if you don't care about Black people, you don't have to like talk about it, but like if you don't care about Black people, you don't have to talk about it, because you talking about it is just performative, and you still don't care about Black people at the end of the day. So like, just own up to that. People need to stop forcing influencers to share stuff that they don't believe in, because what's the point if it's performative? So they usually want influencers to share stuff because they want the masses to be more educated, but the masses has access to internet. So if you have access to internet, then you can go do your own research about something. An influencer doesn't have to like tell you to go do research. Just do your own damn research if you give, because clearly you don't care. You're just following it because an influencer is telling you to follow it, and that means you're a lemming and you can't think for yourself. Also, it's like forcing like you're forcing influencers to share these things because you want people to be more educated, but people are not necessarily going to go do their own research just because they saw that an influencer shared something. They could just be like, oh my god, this is so cool, like, oh my god, Black Lives Matter, yay. Like, what? Are you mad in your head? So I just feel like, if you don't care about something, just don't share it. If you're an influencer and you don't care about Black lives, or you don't care about Asian lives, like, don't fake it. Just own it with your chest. So anyways, that is basically what I wanted to talk about in terms of parasocial relationships, as well as performative activism. I actually do have a video on my channel in which I talk about performative activism in television and movies, so I will put that video up here. You guys can go watch it. Obviously, I hate performative diversity because I hate performative activism, so why would I like performative diversity? So yeah, so I have that video on my channel. You guys can go check it. I just want to say thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. For the month of August, I'm gonna try to be consistent. It is Leo season, and as you guys know, I am a Leo, so I've just been feeling so happy like for the past week. June, July, I was like super depressed, which is why I could not like film, because I was just sad all the time. But like, as soon as it was like Leo season, for some reason my energy just shifted, and I've just been in a really good mood. So I'm going to try and divert that energy into producing content for you guys, because I just love making videos and I want to be more consistent. So thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to embark on this journey with you and just kind of express myself as much as I want to with the videos that I'm going to be making. So yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.